Good, beautiful morning, everybody, and welcome to the Monday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. My name is William Michael Forbes. I'm a spiritual medium, a channel, and an intuitive life coach. And today is a brand new day. And this moment is a brand new moment. I have with me today the energy of my guardian angel, John, who's been with me since I was about 20 years of age. He's saying it's really important in these next few weeks to keep your mind still. And we'll get into that very shortly. Good morning, everybody. So for those of you that are just arriving, I've got my guardian angel, John, with me, who wants to discuss the importance of keeping your mind still in these next few weeks. There are huge outbursts of energy, ascension energy, we call them, coming towards this planet. Scientists are pondering how is it possible that with so much energy coming out from the sun, how the earth has been able to avoid any form of really detrimental impacts from the sun. And the answer is very simple. It's called consciousness. There are many individuals on this planet right now that are literally holding light and love for humanity and for this planet. And that vibration of light and love causes an effect. If you want to use the term, it wards off negative energy, then you can use that term if you want to. But the function of the energy of love is life preserving, and the function of fear is life diminishing. While this is not a general rule, that's generally what it is. So please stay hydrated, stay grounding in the coming months, and make certain you're keeping your mind quiet. Again, we'll let John get into that in a couple of minutes. Good morning. How are you? Hi there. Well, hello, Bazia. Good to see you. Hi, Reba. Wonderful. Why is it so important? Good morning, Joy. Thank you so much. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate that. So when John came in this morning, he said, because I've been feeling really jittery the last 15 to 20 hours, like this jittery energy in my heart center. And he says it's because there's a huge amplification in energy from the sun. That these energies from the sun are going to bring up in you what is most strongest that you are least aware of. These could be behaviors, beliefs, and emotions, and all of the above that are going to be brought to your attention, that you might be able to liberate yourself from the thinking, feeling, and actions that do not serve your life in the fashion that you need your emotions, your thoughts, and your actions to serve your life. Many of you might be finding yourself experiencing huge upsurges in lower vibrational spectrums of emotions, such as fear, depression, anxiety, irritation. Do not mistake yourself as being these things, but please recognize that these things are elements of your consciousness that have remained dormant, but have exerted an influence over your life, whether you have been aware of them or not. When I came to William this morning, I said very clearly, it is important during this time to keep your mind still. To keep your mind as still as you possibly can. To stand like a great sentry over what you will allow to occupy a space in your attention. That is, any thought, even memories, even future considerations can exert an effect in your life, especially during this time. The delay between thought and emotion and manifestation is becoming very short. So that some of you might be finding that some of the thoughts and emotions you're feeling Some of the fears and concerns you have are coming to pass much faster than you would expect. And this is not because of any error or flaw. It is because this is the time of ascension, wherein each and every living and sentient being upon the face of this planet has the opportunity to elevate their consciousness closer to what you would call, in your language, your divinity, which is a function of your life, your being, that is life serving and not life diminishing. And how, you might ask, would I keep my mind still? And we have endeavored, not just I, but many others through this one on this channel, to present to you simple mechanisms that any human being that is aware of what we are saying and able to apply it can easily put into motion in their life, or in your life, as the case might be, as you are here hearing these words. The simple act of your breath is one of the most powerful instruments you have at your immediate disposal. The action where you can, by your own will and authority, direct the actions of your body intimately, so much so that the act of asserting your will to direct your body can be extended to the functions of even individual cells, nerves, organs, and glands. The act where you take a breath into your body is not just to be dismissed as I am just breathing. It is an act where your will is asserting itself over the function of matter, the substance of flesh, that you are able to do this. And in being aware that you are able, by choice of will, to assert your authority over the flesh of the body through the function of its breath alone, the scope and impact of this understanding is not limited to the act of breathing, and as I said, can be extended to influencing and affecting all the nerves, organs, and glands that constitute your physical body. And it goes even a step further than this, that you may use the assertion of your breath of your body to bring your mind into the stillness of which I speak. To bring your mind into the stillness, which is very important. For there are many of you that are unaware of what you harbor in your mind, or what you hold in memory, or what concerns that what you hold in your mind and memory might precipitate as a future experience for yourself. But that these incoming energies will amplify that which is most dominant, both in your conscious reality and in your unconscious storehouse of experiential information, not only from the lifetime in which you exist right now, but from other lifetimes, things that you have carried forward, not only from your own experiences in other lifetimes, but even you can carry forward the thoughts, the memories, the emotions of those who brought you into this dimension, who made the path clear for you to enter into this world, your what you call your mother and your father, biologically speaking. That you can carry forward elements of their consciousness that they passed on to you. So this function of your breath is not limited to the body, to the thoughts, to the emotions, and being able to influence them. It also goes as far as changing the world around you. So in asserting your breath towards your mind, you can bring your mind likewise as your body into a place of stillness. When you feel these upsurges of energy, these upsurges of what you might label, or your health sciences would label as anxiety or depression, then the function of asserting your will over your breath will begin to prove most useful if you're meticulous and deliberate in its application. So the act of your breath, used to quiet your body. You use the act of your breath to quiet your body. You use the act of your breath to quiet the thoughts, the memories, and the emotions that reside within the confines of your physical structure. Most of your memories are stored in the structure of the physical brain, which has downloaded them into the functions you perform with your body on a daily basis. Your body and your mind are reactionary to the environment. And if you cannot keep your mind still, nor your body still, then you will find yourself in reaction to the environment. The environment does not simply include what you are immediately perceiving with your 5 physical senses, but also includes the realm of frequency called ascension energy that is coming to all of you, all beings, all creatures upon this physical dimension from which you call your physical sun. This has been increasing more and more each and every day, and will continue to do so until either the function of love or the function of fear dominates your consciousness and the consciousness of your collective intelligence. The attempts to create what you would call intelligence artificially will not be sufficient enough to deal with these incoming ascension energies, nor will they be sufficient enough to preserve the information which you would hope to preserve as this transformation of your planetary system increases. But you are in a very unique position if you understand what I'm saying. Those of you that hear and understand that the mere act of utilizing your will to direct your physical body to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful, to direct your thinking mind likewise to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful, then these energies will have very little which will resist them, and they will pass safely through you. If you find yourself, as I have already said, experiencing very strong emotions, then the function of your breath will serve to release the intensity of those emotions. The act of the breath through the physiology is also an act of release for the psychology, that is, the emotions and the thinking processes in your conscious and unconscious minds. You directly have access to your unconscious mind through your breath, so that when you breathe slowly and deeply, those emotions that you might find yourself experiencing unexpectedly in these coming weeks can be gently and compassionately released or reduced by the function of your breath, in that when you exhale breath from the body, you may suggest by doing this to the body, to the mind, to the emotions, that they are becoming still and quiet and peaceful. This is very important for you to understand, for not only yourself, but your loved ones who may also be struggling with these ascension energies affecting their consciousness, their emotions, their thinking. You can see the different ways and means in which these elements are playing out in the global unconsciousness system. In the global unconsciousness system, that is the collective unconsciousness of all of you, that in that process, all of you can bear witness to what is good and what is not so good being amplified and brought to the forefront of those who remain unconscious to their ability to effect change in their own internalized emotional system. The function of war, violence, greed, aggression, all of these things are functions of emotional conditions which the individual or group of individuals is unable to assert conscious and deliberate authority over, because they are essentially lost in the flow of the energy rather than being the one that is directing the energy that flows through them. But you can know very clearly and concisely that your emotion is the substance of creation that you utilize while you're in this mechanism of creation you call your body. It is the substance that you use through your form to propagate creation through you in many ways, not simply the biological process of procreation, but the actual processes of innovating, manifesting new ideas and manifestations to enhance or improve the conditions and quality of your experience in this physical dimension. It has been well over 44 of your standard Earth years when I first came to this one, where he was seeking to end his life. I gave him a very simple suggestion, which he followed, which allowed us to be able to communicate to you here and now, all these years later, as time is irrelevant in the realm of eternity. Time is irrelevant in the realm of eternity. And so whether it is 44 years or 400 years, time is not that important from our perspective. This is the primary message I came to offer you today through this one, that you understand the importance of keeping your mind still, and that you have in your very own consciousness the will and the mechanisms to assert your authority lovingly and gently over your, what you call your psychology and your biology, through the simple function of your breath as the foundation upon which you can build your level of healthy authority and creation over the conditions that you experience as your biological lifetime. For those of you that can hear these words clearly, hear. For those of you that do hear, do. Apply the process. When you feel and experience these intense emotional energies, which many of you will, it is not because there's something wrong with you. You are simply experiencing that which is within you that is laid dormant for perhaps lifetimes, years, months, decades, or millennium. But the simple act of your breath, where you are now in the dominion of authority over matter, time, and space, through the function of your breath, you are controlling matter in time and space. And in this function, you have complete authority. Once you begin to assert that authority, then you will know that what I have said here today is true. That the mere act of breathing is not simply the act of making a physical body breathe. It's your will asserting itself over flesh. The same function of your will applies to emotional energy and thoughts likewise, in that if you use your breath, you can release thoughts, you can release emotions, you can quiet the mind down, you can direct it with your breath to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. And when you understand that it is your will that supersedes the function of your thinking mind, your remembering mind, and the emotions that are bound in that processes, in addition to the energy coming into your physical system from the sun, then you'll begin to cultivate a space of what we would call for you true freedom, where you're no longer subjective to the thoughts, the memories, and emotions that have been placed in your mind, nor remain subjective to the thoughts and ideas of others who may not have your best interests at heart. Without your ability to regulate and monitor the functions of your own mind and biology, you are at the mercy of those who already know how to do this, that do not have your best interests at heart. This is all that needs to be said on this today. I hope you have heard, and it becomes very important. I'm just saying to John now too that patterns will emerge. Some of you might find that you're going to discover patterns of behavior that you might have not realized you've had. And it's really important you begin to, examine and evaluate your behavior and what you're thinking and and realize that there's things you may be thinking and doing without knowing you're actually thinking and doing them. And you're going to have an eye opener around that. You need to everyone needs to become aware that they are aware. You're not your mind, you're not your body. I want to say thank you, John. So yeah, John's been with me since I was 20 years old. And he helped me when I was about to jump off a bridge in Toronto. And that bridge was called the Bloor Viaduct. And I was literally at a point, I was homeless, I was jobless, and I was in issues with drugs and alcohol that didn't really put me in a very good position. I didn't feel much worth or value in my life. But I got standing on that bridge, and I remember as I got up on the bridge and put my feet on it, thinking in my mind, is there anybody that could possibly help me? And that's when I heard John's voice for the first time saying, stop. Get down off the bridge. Go to the payphone on the corner, he said, and call this phone number and ask for this man whose name was Terry O'Brien, who became one of my first mentors and psychological healers. And I went to that payphone, called that number, and sure enough, it was who John said it would be. And that completely changed my life. Although it would take another 39 to 40 years before I'd realize what I'm here for, to fully realize it. It's been a really intense and intriguing journey, which all of us are experiencing in our own way. Anyway, good morning. We'll take some questions and answers. You're very welcome. I'm so glad you like that. Remember to like, subscribe, share. If you like this material, remember to like, to subscribe, to share. I will not be able to get to all the questions today. Use the super chat feature or the PayPal feature if you have a question. If I don't get your question, you've submitted a question on PayPal, you will receive an answer later today. I answer every question that comes through my phone through that mechanism. So please keep that in mind. So this process of realizing these unconscious emotions that you may have been storing in your body for years, whatever happened to you as a child, traumatic events or thoughts you've got, beliefs and ideas you received from television, watching TV shows like The Walking Dead, for some people watching that show for years, filling their mind with fear and terror. It's no wonder people have trouble going to sleep at night. I used to watch stuff like that when I was a kid. War movies, combat, and I mean back then there was no such thing as the Dawn of the Dead, or The Walking Dead. But there were certainly lots of war movies, lots of drama, lots of soapboxes. And as a kid, my mother used to sit me in front of the television. That's what my mind would be filled with. By the time I was a teenager, my mind was completely messed up. And so you really want to reduce and restrict your exposure to things that keep your subconscious mind filled with fear. You want to do that. Be very careful of that. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday to you too, Amanda. Hello, Loretta. Good to see you. I'll say hi to Norma for you too as well. Hi, Bazia. Bazia is asking, please, I need a guidance how to get me and my husband out of debt. What would be the best investment? Should we move out of New Jersey? Can my dad assist us from the other side? Your dad is saying yes, he will, and is in the process of assisting you, but you need to become energetically open to receiving. Both of you, not one of you. You need to become open and receptive to receiving, right? Open and receptive to receiving. Without ceasing any activities that you're currently doing to move forward. And yes, the move will be very beneficial for you. But they will not tell you, because I've asked them this before, what are the lottery numbers? What's the best investment? They don't, that stuff is meaningless to them. And they say that those types of things should be meaningless to us. Money and the acquisition of wealth for the sake of the acquisition of wealth, money should be meaningless to us. What should be meaningful to you is, what is your purpose? Because your purpose, when enacted, will give you, when you enact your purpose, it will bring the wealth that is natural to who you are and what your purpose and function is. Wealth, that is not a function of purposeful living, is not wealth at all. It's enslavement. Wow. Thank you. Yeah. Amanda saying, I felt the energies yesterday. I grounded this morning and all my anxiety went away. Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Amanda. Really important. They tell us grounding, like your body needs to connect to the earth. And for those of you that are new to this channel, and we go live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday every week. And the messages aren't very different. They're essentially the same, that there's simple functional things that you need to learn how to do. Grounding is one of them. Like Amanda's saying, go out, put your feet on the ground. If you're in a northern climate where there's too much snow, find a tree, put your bare hands on the tree, and you need to ground for about 15 minutes. If it's exceptionally cold, then do it in intervals. Do as long as you can, then put your gloves on, get your hands warm, do it again. But you need to ground your body. Your body needs to be grounded. It's an electrical instrument. So really, thank you for sharing that, Amanda. They tell me that every day. Go out for at least 15 minutes, get your feet on the earth, get your body connected to the ground in some way for at least 15 minutes a day. And the electrical rebalancing that happens between you and the earth happens organically. Why does that happen? Some people might ask. Let's say I have two car batteries in front of me, and one car battery is at 6 volts, and the other car battery is at 12 volts. And I hook these batteries up together. The one that's lower is going to get brought up to the height of the other, and the one that's at the other height will be brought till they reach equilibrium. That's not quite the way it works with the earth, because the earth is a significantly higher potential than your body is, or anybody's body, or all bodies. And the earth is being bombarded and receiving electrical energy from the sun all the time. So when you connect your body to earth, you're basically topping your body up with electrical energy that the body needs from the earth. You're plugging back in like you do with your cell phone. You plug your cell phone into a wall. Well, you need to plug your body into the earth every day for at least 15 minutes. Really important during this time of ascension, right? And if you want to learn more about ascension, you want to learn more about connecting to your guides and angels, you want to learn more about how to learn to shift and change your mind, then it becomes really important to get knowledge and experience that's going to allow you to make the functional changes in your life that you need. I encourage you to go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, and look at our masterclass series. We have our upcoming called Awakening, which begins March the 9th. And it's an introductory course that will introduce you to how to connect to your guides and angels, how to open up your other senses, which are senses like clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance, how to see without eyes, how to hear without ears, as Jesus always says. Everybody's got eyes, but they don't see. Everybody's got ears, but they don't hear. And he's talking about the inner world, the other realms of consciousness that are available to you. Along with that, you get a chance to practice one-on-one or with groups of other students working on developing these senses, practice sessions with each other. You get to hear direct lessons from the Ascended Masters that I channel throughout the course on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. There's a lesson every single day, and this is going to be changing very soon. But these will lift your consciousness up to a deeper understanding of who you actually are, to remember yourself. You know, it's how they put it on the Greek temples, know thyself. The self that you're supposed to know isn't your body. It's important you know your body and what it needs and wants are. It's important you know your mind and what the thoughts and emotions that make up your mind. But the self that they're referring to is the self that is what you are as a soul. And you'll begin to awaken to that through the meditative practices that are held 3 times every week throughout the 3-week program. Literally, you'll experience a 1-hour lesson with an ascended master, and you'll experience a meditation that will take you into a different state of consciousness than your body and mind may be allowing you to, because most people's minds and bodies keep them bound to what your mind knows and remembers and what your body remembers. Most people are stuck in their bodies and minds and believe that's all. This is all I am. My life is no good. And that's just a belief in the mind. It's not who you are. You're an amazing being. Anyway, these master classes will allow you to awaken, to arise, to ascend your consciousness so that you're no longer subjective to what the world is conditioning you to believe and think. And millions, if not billions of people right now are waking up. I'm told 2 billion are waking up. But there's about 7 billion that are trapped in the matrix of conditioning that the world has perpetuated on them, what some people call them the global elites. It doesn't matter what you call them, but that there is a group of individuals that have deliberately and meticulously been programming people to think, believe, and act in very particular ways that may not be in your best interests. We've got a super chat here from Amanda. Thank you, Amanda, for that super chat. My son, Amanda's saying, my son kept saying he saw a wizard in my room last night. Told him it was an angel, but I would love to know what it was, or was it just his imagination? Children see what they see. If he says it was a wizard, honor that. Children's perceptual apparatus. I love when they first told me this. Children's perceptual apparatus is not based exclusively in the 5 sensory body. Like most people are conditioned into only what they see, smell, touch, taste, and hear with the physical body. Children, when they're first born, are not conditioned into the body as the only source of information. They have these other senses, we all do, called clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance, which allows an individual to perceive realms of information and experience that are not based in the 5 sensory world. For example, your thoughts are not based in the physical world. They're in an astral realm, a realm of information that's stored in your brain. But it got into your brain because it got put there. Children can see things in other spectrums of light. So the one that your child saw last night is indeed a wizard, right? Yes. The name that he's giving me is Laminar. Laminar is the name he's giving me. I can spell it for you phonetically, but that's the name he's giving to me. He says he's been teaching and preparing your son. But your son does not have the language yet to articulate really clearly what he's learning. And this is very true. Children between the ages of 0 and 6 do not comprehend language. They comprehend images, so they can see pictures in your mind. They can see other realms of information. So write that name down, Laminar, and tell your son that that's the wizard's name and that he's there to actually help teach and instruct your son. Right? That's wonderful. Thank you for sharing that, Amanda. Thank you for the super chat, Rachel. Please help me with my anxiety. I am pregnant and on meds, but it's coming back. I don't understand. Also, does Raphael hear me? Yes, Raphael hears you, but Rachel, what they're telling me is that you're in the position now to begin to assume authority over the energy that's required for you and your son to begin the journey of the manifestation of your purposes together. So the anxiety, for those of you, we have a very different understanding of what emotion is. Emotion is your energy that you use to create what you do in this world. In this case, for Rachel, your anxiety is a high influx of energy, not just yours, but your child's, because your child is bringing in a purpose, a whole new energy. And what you're perceiving, the vibration you're perceiving as anxiety, is the energy coming into the system to be integrated. One of the things you can do right now, Rachel, is I know you're on meds trying to control the anxiety, and that's fine and well and good, but the meds aren't working, not because they can't, but because they're not supposed to. You need to integrate this energy. So sit with your anxiety, like feel it right now. Realize where in your body you feel your anxiety. Then bring your breath to the place in your body where the anxiety is. Bring your breath to the place in your body where your anxiety is and breathe. And imagine you can breathe your breath into the anxiety. So you draw your breath in. Hold your breath. And as you exhale, allow the body to relax and speak to the anxiety and say, you are safe. I am with you. Speak or think those words to the anxiety. You are safe. I am with you. and just gently, softly speak those words to the anxiety as you use the breath. Fill the anxiety with your breath, and as you breathe, you are safe. I'm with you. Gently and easily. And just allow the anxiety to be present. Don't fight it. Don't attack it. Just stay with your breath. Stay in the breath, keeping the body relaxed. And speak gently. I accept you with love and grace, even if I do not understand you. Just communicate that thought to the anxiety, because your son's bringing in a huge amount of energy, right? Bringing a huge amount of energy, and you're feeling that energy. And it's foreign to your body because your body's never had this particular life form in it before. So the process of realizing you're actually receiving energy that he's pulling into your body, in addition to what you are preparing with your energy as well. But use that breath and use the communication. It's important you learn to communicate with emotional qualities that you're receiving. Emotions are your energy in motion, either coming into the system or leaving the system. And if you understand how to integrate emotions into the system, it's going to be really easy for you. So slow, deep breath, communicate the anxiety. You're safe. I'm with you. I accept you with love and grace. Even if I do not understand you, you want to find language that you can communicate to that energy so the energy can respond to you in a way that's different than it has been. But let us know what you experience, Rachel, right now as you do this. Don't be afraid of the anxiety. It's not going to hurt you. The anxiety is not going to hurt you. It's an energy coming into your system to be integrated for both yourself and your child. So just be gentle, patient, and kind with that energy as it comes in. Don't be aggressive and frustrated. I want to get rid of it. No, it's an energy that you need to receive. It's not what your mind tells you. It's just something that's you're not familiar with at this time. But your body needs to integrate it, right? And a current existence of mental health sciences has a very different understanding of what emotion is than what they've told me emotion actually is, right? But do that, Rachel. Stay true to that. Hi there. Good morning. Wow, you'd never know. You look brand new. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Sorry. Will my husband's company retire him? I just heard the words, thank God. I just heard those words, thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Like really loud. They're just saying, thank God. That's all they're saying to you. Thank God. Right? Wow. Hi, Katrina. Good to see you. Hello, William. Selena is asking, I have always seen 1111 for years. I'm now seeing 222 a lot now. Any message? Yes. It's called an indication of spiritual progression. If you look at 1111, right? 222 is like the next level up in the sequence of evolution. Again, you really need to look at where it's coming from. And again, I get Archangel Metatron works with you a lot, Selena. So you want to keep that in mind. Archangel Metatron works with you a lot. Again, if you want to really have a conscious connection and relationship to your guides and angels, sign up for our masterclass 101 Awakening, which begins this March the 9th. And you'll get a chance to really feel, know, and connect to your guides and angels, because your guides and angels will connect to you and talk to you in the way that you're able to receive them. They can't communicate to you in a way that you can't receive them. So they'll communicate to you. Oftentimes we hear number sequences, certain types of birds show up, maybe fish, certain things happen in repeated order around you. Some people say the same thing to you again and again, and you're not sure why. Your angels and guides will connect you only in the way that you're able to receive. And it would be a really great idea to know how to connect your guides and angels so you can learn to interpret and receive the information more deliberately and specifically and precisely. And our Masterclass 101 will give you the tools to begin to do that. And it will also begin to give you the tools to have more authority over your mind and body instead of being subjective to them. As you can hear, there's a lot of people that are struggling with emotional and mental conditions. And I know from personal experience, I struggled with mental health for many, many years, not understanding what thoughts were, what emotions were, where they came from, what's the nature, how to change them. And I'm truly so grateful now, because with my guides, my angels, I've learned a tremendous amount about how to operate my mind and operate my body in a very different way than I used to. And my body's actually in a very unique healing process right now because of what I've been learning. The type of abuse that I put my body through for many years would have destroyed a lot of other bodies. They tell me that most bodies would have not survived what I did to my body. But there's a reason for everything in your life. Even your suffering, there's a reason for it. And you can learn what that reason is once you learn how to get the information. And everybody's got access to that information. Mary's asking, any message for me from my team relating to my Mexico retreat? I'm just hearing like a mariachi band in my head, like celebration. Use this time to celebrate. You want to use this time to celebrate. Yes. Don't be afraid to celebrate. Yeah, but yeah, it's a mariachi band. It's funny because I'm hearing the mariachi band playing the Johnny Cash song, Ring of Fire, but it's in a mariachi band style. It's really hilarious. You could hear this, how Johnny Cash's Burning Ring of Fire sounds played by a mariachi band. It's very funny. I love that. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. Somebody's saying, hi, Michael, will I get a forever home, please? Again, you need the biggest lesson that you can come to understand. Life we have to shift our collective paradigm from what we get to what we're here to give. So many of us are been conditioned and focused on what you need to get, as opposed to what you're here to be. What is your purpose? What is your love? What is your passion? And what stands in your way of realizing your love and your passion? What's in the way of that? What's preventing you from having a forever home? What are the thoughts? What are the emotions? What are the ideas? What are the beliefs that you hold on to that prevent you from knowing how to take those steps, where to go and who to call and what to do? What's blocking you from having that information? The answer is yes, you will have a forever home, but there's some functional things you need to learn to do. In our Masterclass 102, it's called liberation. It's learning to literally liberate yourself from the thoughts and the emotions that you've been given from your environment, beliefs and ideas that you did not choose as a child. Many of us were given ideas and beliefs that you did not choose. They were just given to you from your parents, from teachers, from television, from entertainment. You formed a lot of beliefs about who you think you are before you even could reason upon them. And they stand in the way of so many of us realizing what it is you need. So many of you are struggling, not because you want to struggle. You're struggling because you don't realize what inside you is in the way. And what can you do to change that? And they're simple and really easy to use and apply techniques and practices where you can begin to seize proper, healthy, loving control over your mind and your body and your energy, because your emotional energy is what drives every action you'll ever perform. But I do get a strong yes that you will find your forever home. What's really important is to find out how to release the emotional fear and uncertainty that you're holding in your subconscious field, right? And that's not because of who you are. They're telling me it's not because of who you are. Nobody's holding on to limitations because of who you are. You're holding on to limitations because you don't even know you have them. And so sometimes your life shows up the way it shows up, not because there's something wrong with you, but because you've got beliefs and ideas in your mind that you do not know how to get rid of. You don't even know they're there. You don't even know some of your limitations are in your own mind. They're not because of the world. They're because of what you hold in your mind that you may have received from the world. But you want to learn to do a deep dive. You want to learn to go inside and find out what's going on in there that's preventing you from being and doing and having the things that you really need to have. What's really holding you back? What's keeping you from executing how many times you say, I want to do this, I want this, I want to experience this, but it doesn't happen. That pattern is not because there's something wrong with you. That's because there's something going on inside your mind that you're not aware of that causes you to think and say and do things that keep causing the same effects over and over again. And our Masterclass 102 deals with that whole process of getting reconnected to your authority over your mind and body and learning how to change and alter the thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. Whereas our Masterclass 101 is about awakening, beginning the process of learning how to access information outside of what you know. And the 102, of course, builds itself on the understanding you want to change the information you already have so you can create a different energetic outcome. Change your thoughts, change your emotions, you change what you can accomplish and experience in this world. And it literally, from a mechanical perspective, it's that simple. But it takes a bit of persistence and patience and being exposed to the right environment and the right people that will allow you to experience that. And we provide a very safe and beautiful environment for people to safely interact with one another and to gain full understanding of what is actually going on in your own mind. It's a very beautiful thing. It really, really is. Mary saying, I love Johnny Cash and mariachi. My dad loved too. Yeah, it's wonderful. It's funny, they all try to communicate to us in the way they do. Your guides and angels will communicate to you in the way that you're open and receptive. Good morning. How are you doing? Thank you, Joy. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I was so glad he was there too. I mean, I was a hot mess as a teenager, as a young child, as an adult, most of my adult life. I was a real mess, right? But yeah, I was really glad that he was there. And it was really funny because I remember being on the bridge, and when I first heard his voice, I thought somebody was actually speaking to me in the world. And I turned around and there's nobody there. There's just a couple of cars that were honking their horns as they were driving by, I presume for me to get down off the bridge. But then when I turned back, he said, get down off the bridge. So he said, stop, get down off the bridge. Yeah, it was pretty good. I'm very grateful for that moment. It led me into a whole new life. Hello, any messages from my divine team? Who works with me now? I'm working on healing trauma. Well, that's really great that you're working on healing trauma. You really want to come to our Masterclass 102. That's where you're going to really learn to heal trauma, your own trauma. Because if the world were able to fix you or heal you, it would be done right now. There's so many people going out for different forms of correction, I'll say, but they're not getting corrected. There's a huge industry around health and mental health that seems to be getting bigger and more people getting involved in it. Why is that? Is it possibly because it's not the right way to go about healing yourself? There are simple and elegant tools that you possess. Every one of you, all of us possess these simple, fundamental tools within you that can allow you to make the changes and corrections in your own mind and body, or if you want to use the term, in your own psychology. You have those tools within you. If the world had those tools for you, you'd be doing it right now. So the tools are within you, and you need to be shown, perhaps, where and how to unpackage those tools from within yourself. And if you're looking for a really powerful and deep and intimate connection to your guides and your angels that will allow you to make a quantum leap, I would also recommend considering booking a reading with me, a one-on-one session. Connecting to your guides and angels through me can really take you to a surprising state of perception and awareness that you did not know could be immediately available to you. So consider those things, because you did not come into this world to suffer. You did not come here to suffer. You came here to learn to create. Hear those words, because when I first heard those words, William, you are here to create. It blew my mind. I'm here to create. I thought I was just here to have a job and be a worker. No, you're here to create. All of you are here to create and to learn that function of creation. Thank you so much. They do love you. Archangel Raphael is the primary one that works with you. What should I do regarding my current relationship? I'm confused. What is my intuition? And what is fear? This is a great question. Fear is what you believe, generally speaking. If there's no immediate, let's substitute the word fear for anxiety. Anxiety is where your mind is anticipating that something is going to happen based on what you're thinking about now or what you're remembering from before. For most people, it's what they remember from before that they're afraid might happen again. And so that creates anxiety because a part of them believes that that might happen again. Just the thought can create the fear. Just a thought can create a fear inside you. So you've definitely got some thoughts about your future with this one going on that are creating some anxiety. Now, you asked also about intuition. To really be able to understand the intuition, your fear could be a validation of that intuition as well, in that you are seeing certain things that represent a particular outcome that is a little scary for you. Either way, if you can take the fear and put it aside for a moment, ask yourself, without the fear, why are you thinking of this relationship ending? What is making you think of ending this relationship? Don't get caught up in the fear, but ask yourself the question, why am I thinking of ending this relationship? Where's that thought coming from? Are you observing things that are going on around you? Are you being treated a certain way? Are you remembering a past relationship where you saw similar things? There's only two ways your mind can perceive the reality, either from the past, what you remember, what you might fear about what you remember. But only in the present moment can you learn to actually see things as they actually are. And a lot of people will have a bad relationship before, and they remember that bad relationship before, but they don't remember that they remember, but they bring the behaviors of fear and uncertainty because of what happened before. So you're acting, speaking, and behaving in ways you're not even aware you're doing it. And you're creating something from before, a past present, we call it. And most people are living in a past present or a future past. So yeah, but you have a really good opportunity with this relationship. You really do. Excuse me. Someone said, I love to watch your videos, teaching us all the good. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much. I'm really glad you enjoy that. Remember, share this, like the video, subscribe, thumbs up. Get this information out to other people. We are not just here to answer questions and offer you the guidance that you need. We are here to assist you in awakening collectively. Your collective unconsciousness needs to shift from fear to love, or you will experience what you do not wish to experience, as has been experienced before, for the very same reasons that are unfolding before your very eyes, in that so many of you are becoming accustomed to being afraid that this force of fear is a creative substance. And there are also those of you that are beginning to awaken to this function of love, which is also a creative substance. The energy of love and the energy of fear precipitate manifestations of experiential creation in this physical dimension. The function of love, individually and collectively, will yield very precise and particular results in your relationship to all other things in this physical universe. When you are able to efficiently and effectively change and modify the function of your thoughts and the functions of your emotions, you will liberate yourself and prevent very unnecessary suffering. Thank you. When is it appropriate to ask for a message from my grandma who just passed? She's doing a little jig for me right now. She's actually dancing right now. She's really happy. She said, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. Do not fear for me. She said, I'm concerned about you. but do not fear for me. I'm not lost to you. I am not lost to you. I'm not lost to you. That she's doing this jig move. It's funny how they have different types of energy when they have an astral form. When you leave your physical body, you do not leave existence. You leave the perceptual realm of the 5 physical senses. That's what happens. Thank you so much for that. Diane's asking, I got totally off balance because of my reaction to a man. Any message regarding this? They talk to me about this. Many of you do not even understand yourself enough to sufficiently get into a proper relationship or understand what level your reactions are coming from. There are 3 fundamental ways in which you will react to each other in this dimension of time, space, and matter. The first and unfortunately the most prevalent way that you react to one another in this physical dimension is from your neuro and biological chemistry, that you react from a physical process of attraction and repulsion. And most of you are governed by that, and many of you confuse the function of love with the act of physical procreation. This is a grave error. The act of physical procreation is very powerful and needs to be deliberate and well thought out, as you can formulate intentions for children consciously and unconsciously. But in your unique position, again, you must discern, is this a reaction of attraction? Is this your physical organism seeking to procreate with this individual and you simply call it what you call it? Or are you recognizing that there are elements from your past that this individual has brought up from your unconscious mind? For that which is unconscious will become conscious, and that which is conscious shall become unconscious. And there are events and circumstances in your environment that will bring you to awareness of things that you must learn to change in your own consciousness. I love, in our masterclass, we go into this, 102, we go into this very deeply, how to identify what's the meaning of external triggers for your own psychology. It's not about getting people to behave the way you want them to, or say what you want them to say, or do what you want them to do because you want to be comfortable. No, things that make you uncomfortable are to reveal to you that inside you, there's something that's not comfortable about what you think, feel, and believe you are. Someone or something you've acquired from this world, ideas and beliefs that are not in alignment with who you really are. And you need to shift or change that. But what's going on now with the whole wokeism movement is that people think, well, if I get them to change and be this way and talk to me this way, then I'll be okay. You're not going to be okay. Even if the whole world complies with you, inside yourself, there's a fundamental core that you need to take responsibility for. And you can't keep making other people responsible for what you're thinking and feeling. You have to learn to take responsibility, or you'll just be a zombie the rest of your life. Because you'll never be able to get all the people on this planet to agree with you. So if there's something bothering you, it's not because of something wrong with you. It's something inside you that needs to be shifted or changed. Something you've learned or believe that you may not be aware that you've been taught to believe. Right? Anyway, I'll leave it at that. Okay. Thank you so much. Are the spiritual attacks in my life due to things I'm not releasing in my subconscious mind? Yes. And it's not things, it's emotional qualities. A lot of people are having this happen right now. They're feeling attacked and persecuted. It's because you've been given emotions. So many of you watch television shows where people are killing and maiming each other. You're filling your mind with death and terror and fear. And so that goes into your mind. Parents put their children in front of TVs and let them watch movies with them about murder and distrust and harm. And whatever you put in your mind is going to affect you. And yes, you're dealing with a lot of exposure to information that programmed your mind with a lot of fear, anger, guilt, and shame that makes you feel persecuted. But you're a beautiful soul, but you need to learn how to shift and change the energy that's been put in your subconscious field. Stop watching television, things that do not support love and compassion and learning. Most television is designed to keep you in fear, in anger, in distrust because it benefits others that you have no control over yourself. They tell me this all the time. Stay away from these confusing things. But yes, you're absolutely right. These perceived attacks are because you're holding on to emotional energies that generate events and circumstances and people that come to you like a magnet. You look at kids that are being bullied. Now, I know because I was bullied in high school. I bullied as a kid as well. And they don't happen by chance. They happen because you got a belief or idea in your mind that something bad might happen to you, and it does. Not because, and that doesn't make you wrong or bad, but you have not learned how to change and think and alter the thought process and therefore the energy in your body, because your emotions organize the events in your life. And you'll learn all of this from the Ascended Masters in our masterclass, where you'll actually listen to a lesson from them, and they'll instruct you, and they'll show you how to actually begin to gain authority over your own thoughts and emotions. Go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com. Sign up for a masterclass and get on the road to no longer feeling like you're a victim to the environment. You came here to be a master of the environment, not to be a victim to it. You came to learn to be a master, not to be a victim. If you want to believe you're a victim, then that's what you're going to master. And this is no judgment against, because I lived like that for about 20 years, believing that the world was out to get me. I lived in that place of that bipolar energy of manic depressive, which, of course, when you're high anxiety and low energy depression, you change your blood chemistry. And science has been able to determine that change in your blood chemistry is what they call bipolar. That means your emotions are going this way and going that way. And a lot of people aren't going to like me saying that. A lot of people are not going to like me saying that. But I know from personal experience, because when I began to change my emotional energy, that polarity stopped. The anxiety that lived in my body, waking up with it in the middle of the night, getting out of bed with it in the morning. When my guides and angels started teaching me and instructing me, my whole world changed. Literally, my whole world changed when I realized I could literally operate my own mind and change the qualities of emotion that I was holding onto in my consciousness. And once you realize that once you can change your own energy, it's not going to matter what other people say or do, because you will attract different people in your life when you change your energy. I know firsthand from my own experience, and you know too. On some level, you know the truth. You know the truth. You are not a victim. You came here to be a master of consciousness, right? Yeah. Thank you so much. Kate, you're right. She's saying, I feel my body is missing some vitamins, minerals. Can you tell me which ones? You're needing magnesium. Magnesium, calcium are the two strongest ones that come up for me. But there's something else, I'm just waiting for it to come forward. Vitamin C. Magnesium, calcium, and vitamin C are the three most needed minerals for your body right now. I'm being told to tell you, you need to get them from natural sources. You need to get those from natural sources. Your body will integrate those more effectively than they will from the man-made sources. Oh, thank you so much. Someone says, I recently found out my destiny was negative. I'm trying to be hopeful. Can I change this? Whoever tells you your destiny is to be negative is poppycock. It's nonsense. Your destiny is to become what you can choose to manifest your consciousness to become. Be careful what you listen to from other people, please. Your thoughts create an energy called emotion. And that emotion, once it enters your body, builds actions. So somebody says to you, you have a negative destiny, or you believe you have a negative destiny. I'm going to say, poppycock, it's not true. You have a destiny, and you can create and choose your destiny. Once you know how to run your own thinking process, once you know how to change your emotional energy, you'll change your life. Literally, those two things alone, changing the thought process, changing the energy you hold on to, and your actions will spontaneously change. Most people wait for their emotions to be changed by the world. Somebody else starts dancing around you, you start to dance. Somebody else laughs, you laugh. Somebody else cries, you cry. Most people depend upon their emotions to be controlled by outside. But what would happen if you could go inside your own mind and body and change and reorganize your own emotions and your own thoughts? You know what would happen? You'll be able to create an amazing, brand new destiny of your own choosing. And you have a reason for being in this world, and you have a reason for going through what you're going through. Every one of you do. You have a reason for it. I don't know what the reason is for you at this moment, but I can tell you, you'll discover it once you start looking internally in the proper way. You want to go on the internal journey with guides that know the landscape, right? It's like you don't go climbing up Mount Everest unless you have a guide. People that climb up Mount Everest have a guide that takes them up because they've been there. My guides, my angels, the ascended masters that work with and through me are those guides. And I surrender to their wisdom and knowledge before I would surrender to my own. And it certainly proved to be very good for me. But you did not come here to live a negative destiny. Nobody did. But you can be conditioned, as many people have been trained, to suffer. Nobody loves me, my feet are cold. So many people have been trained to suffer. That's not who you are. Stop watching shows that fill your mind with fear and doubt. Don't trust your neighbor. Think of all those shows you watch. The Walking Dead, you have to fear what's going to happen wherever you go. All these shows that condition your mind to live in fear. And you wonder why so many people are anxious and depressed. Because they fill their minds with stuff that are terrifying and scary. You can't sleep at night because your mind is filled with that. That's not a way to live. You've got to remove the sources that are causing your mind to be fed with garbage and fear and judgment and anger. You got to connect to sources that fill your mind with inspiration and possibilities that let you consider a possibility for yourself that you are something and someone remarkable, which is the truth. You are a unique individual. You came into this physical dimension to learn to create. You came into this physical dimension to learn to create. You know, that's really cool. If you come to that realization, no, I didn't come here to be miserable. I didn't come here to be depressed. I didn't come here to be angry. I came here to create. Now I got to learn what I'm here to create. And you can. When you disengage yourself from what you've been conditioned to believe about who you are, and then you start to consider who do I want to become? An artist? What are the things you love? And again, the Ascended Masters will take you in that journey. You'll be given the opportunity to explore those. You book a reading with me, you'll get lots of information about that in a really short period of time. In a 30-minute, 1-hour session, you can learn a lot about yourself that you did not know, and you'll experience a you that you've never experienced, perhaps in your whole life. You'll see a side of yourself that may have been sitting there that you know is inside, but it's never been revealed to you. And in a half-hour, you can experience that. Even on a visceral, vibrational level, you'll feel and know something is different about you than what the world has told you is true. Anyway, it's a beautiful thing, isn't it? What we are, this time we're in right now, collectively and individually. Yes, I understand. Someone saying, I heard the word poppycock for the second time today. The first one from a doctor that goes against the medical normalcy. That's good. Thank you for sharing that, Daniela. Hi, guys. How you doing over there? Yeah. Does grounding feet like a spring through your whole body? Does ground? Yes, it can. Absolutely. So what they're asking about grounding, because John was saying about grounding earlier when I was speaking through this information, it's like a spring. But it's also like a flow of energy. Some people can experience it like springs where you feel the electrical current. So you can feel the actual lifting effect of the current, because an electromagnetic current can repel and attract things, right? So you may experience it as a spring coming up through your feet. I've often experienced it like I can feel an energy coming up one leg and an energy coming up the other leg, and they twirl up around my spine. And different people will experience it different ways. Some people will feel like a buzzing feeling in their feet. Other people when they're grounding, some people for the first time. There are people that live in the cities that have never grounded, never put their feet on bare ground. They've been taught that the air is bad, the ground is dangerous out there. No, you need to get your feet, your body electrically connected to the earth. So you'll experience it in different ways. But if you're experiencing it as springs, I'm being told to tell you, if you continue to ground in this fashion, being mindful of the energies coming in, you shall be uplifted. You shall be uplifted in mind and spirit also. You shall be uplifted in mind and spirit also. That's really cool. Someone says, it scares me. I'm scared. I'm going to die if I allow that feeling. This is really important. And who are we here? Lexus. Thank you so much for sharing your concern. Your emotions are not who you are. Your emotions, it's important. Please hear this, because I had to learn this the hard way. Your emotions are not you. They're energy that's stored inside your body, whether you acquired that energy from the world by what you've been taught to think, feel, and believe, or you're receiving higher vibrational energy. Your emotions are energy that you have within inside you. You do not need to be afraid of feeling it, but you do need to communicate and interact with your emotional energy differently than the way you are. So right now, Lexicon, sit down, take a slow, deep breath, and allow your body to relax. Because a lot of people are going through this intense anxiety because of these ascension energies, and they don't have a way or means of integrating them. A lot of people don't have the knowledge or understanding of what's going on. Why am I feeling this way all of a sudden? I don't understand. But there are ways you can integrate that energy, and I'm going to share one of those ways with you right now. Number one, sit down. Take a slow, deep breath. This is what they taught me. Take a slow, deep breath. Hold the breath for about 3 seconds. And then when you exhale, give your body permission to relax, because you can do that. Give your body permission to relax. You exhale, let the body relax. And then take another slow, deep breath. And again, hold it for 3 seconds. And when you exhale, allow the body to relax. Give the body permission to relax. And then take one more slow, deep breath and allow the body to relax one more time. And just remember, give all the muscles in your face, your arms, your shoulders, give all those muscles permission to relax. What that's going to do is it's going to reduce and remove the body from the equation so that you can become aware of the energy more. Now turn your attention to where you feel the anxiety. And just turn your attention to the anxiety. And I want you to very deliberately and carefully think the following words to your anxiety. Think these words to the anxiety. I am with you. I will not abandon you. I'm willing to love you, even if I do not understand you. Just communicate those words directly to the feeling of anxiety. I'm with you. I will not abandon you. I'm willing to love you, even if I do not understand you. And repeat those words gently, giving them directly to the anxiety, speaking and giving those words to the anxiety, and observe what starts to happen as you continue to give it those words. And just stay with that process for about 2 minutes. At the end of that 2 minutes, share with us what you experienced so other people get a chance to know and understand what happens if they themselves are doing this also. And if any one of you out there have chosen to do that right now, do the same. Share your experience with everybody else here so others have an understanding, that because some people will experience it differently than others. Some might experience a more pronounced transformation in the energy. Some might experience a new energy coming in. It will be unique to each individual and what your energies are for. Thank you so much. Question from Adam for Pan. Can my friend Christopher be fully trusted? Does he have any ulterior motives for me, or can I trust him? Please let me know what he truly wants from our relationship. I'm getting, you cannot trust what you remember. It's interfering with the relationship. There are things that you remember about similar relationships that are preventing you from seeing the truth of this. It's important you understand to remove what you remember about similar relationships in the past, that you might see the truth of this one. Whether that truth be good or not so good, it is important you know the truth, whatever it is. It's important you know the truth, whatever it is. Wow, thank you. You're very welcome, Kate. Hi, Joy. Joy's asking, may I ask the hours of masterclass on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday? So the masterclass hours of operation, there's one live event every single day from Sunday to Friday. And the reason that they had us do this is they said the level of intensity was important for this time in human history, that there needs to be a level of intensity to shift people's energy from fear to love. But on Sundays, generally the lesson is from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. And that's with one of our instructors named Desiree, who works on one part of the program with us. On Mondays, the class and the meditation and discussion runs from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All class hours are in Eastern Standard Time. On Wednesday, it's again 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And on Friday, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have Madeline and Rita. Madeline, who does another part of the program, sensing energies, card reading, other things that are necessary for developing the clairs. And Rita, who manages the high vibrational food program, which she offers you recipes and ideas on what foods can raise the vibration of your body up. And that's part, they said it was important that food be part of the process, because the vibration of your body is equally as important as the vibration of your mind. Additionally speaking, it's you're going to find it's a very, very incredible process to go through. But yeah, the 101 masterclass begins March the 9th. But yeah, so from Sunday to Friday, there's one live event every day. The lessons on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays can go up to 2 hours long. There's a discussion and a meditation and another process in addition to that, which I won't speak about here because it's very personal and private. The entire course, live events, they're all live events, are held on Zoom. All the events are held on Zoom. You receive a study guide and itinerary that outlines the program, and you get all the links to every single live event in advance, so you can choose the ones you want that will match your schedule. So even if you can't make an event, you'll always also be able to watch the replay, because we place all the replays upon a private group wall where you can learn to go and review and revisit each and every lesson, the ones you participated in and the ones you may have missed. So it doesn't much matter what your schedule or time or what time zone you're in, you can always get a chance to review and experience the lesson in the way that you want. So just head over to williammichaelforbes.com and you can sign up for Masterclass 101, starts March the 9th. And again, that's an introductory program called Awakening, which introduces you to connecting to your guides and your angels and how to train your perception to perceive those realms of information. Additionally, you're going to learn to improve your health, and you're going to learn to meditate. There's certain things you're going to learn to do that are necessary. Jesus meditated. Sometimes he meditates hours a day. Meditation is very important. All the ascended masters have learned to meditate. You must learn what the reason and function of meditation is, and you will. They'll teach you what it is about and why. So yeah, I hope that should address your question. I hope we see you in the class, Joy. What should I do regarding my career, relationship? I'm confused. What is my intuition? What is it for? What is fear? Again, most fear, was said earlier, most fear. Book a reading with me, darling. Like literally, go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com/private-readings, and book a 1 hour, half-hour reading with me. You get all this question answered, because you got some pretty interesting spiritual beings that want to work with you. And the fear is your awareness of these ones around you that you're having a difficult time hearing. And again, we can, when we're feeling anxious, it's not because there's something wrong with us. We're tuning into an energy, an emotional energy that has a function and a purpose. If you do not know how to regulate or monitor your emotional energy, then you're going to be at the mercy of them, right? Your emotions are not who you are. They're energy that you're here to use to create. That's what it is. Hi, guys. Someone said, I'm stuck in an emotionally abusive relationship. I hate myself for staying, but cannot leave. Well, it's not, again, communication is so important. I'm being told to tell you this. Communication is so important. What you can begin to do now is not base your emotional well-being on what the other is saying or doing. You must create a space for yourself every day where you quiet your mind, you quiet your body, you still your emotions. You need to train your consciousness into a new state of existence. From this new state, you can begin to receive guidance and information about how to proceed and go forward in your life from where you are. But right now, you're struggling only with the information that you currently have swirling around in your mind, which keeps the same thing happening again and again and again, not because you want it to, but because you do not know how to articulate a deliberate change in the thought and emotional process that you're engaging in, as equally as the partner that you're with also is in the same predicament, in that he does not know how to affect and change his own thinking and emotional mechanisms. And so you are both basically going around in circles together, doing the same dance again and again and again. And that can be very disconcerting when you know there's a higher purpose, not only for yourself, but for the relationship that you're in. There is a higher purpose for both. This is very important. Wow, thank you for asking that. Hi, Joel. Someone's saying, same, I have no income this time. I'm so stuck. For those of you that have income problems, we do have a pay after program on the website. So you can make small installments if you want to register for the masterclass series. You want to get healed and connect your guides and angels and change your destiny. You want to use that. It's a PayPal feature that allows you to pay in smaller increments. I'm not sure that you'll want to miss that opportunity, right? To be able to pay in that fashion. So yeah, if you can't pay all at once, you can use that feature. And you can do the same thing, I believe, with my readings as well. You can use a pay after feature that's just been put up on the website. You'll find that in the checkout section when you go to checkout, where you have that option. Somebody says, me too. I'm waiting for a wound to heal on my foot and cannot find work at home. Yeah, but you know, I'm being told to tell you, you can't stand what you've been doing. This did not happen by chance. You could not stand what you were doing. And so your body is simply revealing to you the truth of what you already knew. You must consider what you are here to do, not what you are here to do to get money to survive, but what are you here to do? What is your purpose? The greatest suffering to any individual is to not know their purpose. And you have a purpose, but you cannot realize it because there's so much in your mind that is not in alignment with who you are. And you must learn to get your mind in alignment with you. But so many of you are finding yourself adapting to the content of your mind, which is dissatisfactory. You are playing out the programming of what you've been told to believe you should think, say, or do, and living in that cycle of nothingness. It is not who you are. You are a spiritual consciousness here to create. You have a purpose, a function, a reason for being, or you would not be here. You all know this. You all know this. All of us know this. We all know we're here for purpose. And your duty is to find out what that purpose is. Hi, Leslie. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Your destiny is not designed to be negative. Yeah. Okay. You can stop spamming now. Oh, so someone's asking, when is it appropriate to ask for a message from my grandma who just passed? I think that was answered as well. Yes, thank you so much. Anytime, like you can, when somebody leaves the physical dimension, they're not out of existence. Please understand this. They tell me this over and over again. The reason I can connect them, they exist. When someone leaves their physical body, they leave this dimension of matter, but they don't leave existence. And if you really sense it, and people see this, I cannot tell you how many times I've spoken to people that are in funerals and they can feel the person there because they are there. They're energetically there. They cannot be there physically because the body's not working anymore. It's like if I got a broken radio set, I got all the radio stations I can play through it, but the radio's broken. And a lot of people don't know how to tune into the energy of your loved ones when they leave the physical dimension. They still exist. They just don't exist in a physical form. So they can't communicate into physical words, but they can communicate to you telepathically. And you can communicate to them telepathically. And we go into that in great detail too in our masterclass. You learn how to connect to them. Hi there. Yes, thank you. So glad to hear that. Someone's saying, I'm Heather. Hi, Heather. Heather's saying, I'm in a slump. Any message for me and my guide from my guides? Go out and ground. Like, this is so important. You don't realize, you need to realize how important it is to ground. Like, go out and ground. Get your feet on the earth and be ready to hear. In about 10 minutes, if you put your feet flat on the ground or your hands on a tree, you need to ground and just be open and receptive. Just allow the energy from the earth to balance your body out again. Especially with these massive inflows of ascension energy coming into the planet right now. Grounding is very important for your body. And if you're living in a city, chances are you're wearing rubber-soled shoes. You're not getting any connection to the earth, and your body degrades when it's not being balanced. This is a well-tested science now, this process of grounding. There's a really, really beautiful video you can watch on grounding called Earthing on YouTube. It's called Earthing on YouTube. I recommend you watch that video on YouTube, Earthing. Thank you so much. It's good to see you too, Leslie. Wonderful. I'm so glad to see you. Remember, guys, thumbs up, like, subscribe, share, get this information, give other people the opportunity to get exposed to the information that comes through this mechanism, this body. We did not come here to suffer. We came here to create. Okay, I'm going to mute this person. Where do I? Okay, there we go. Someone's saying, I'm struggling. Oh, yeah. I'm struggling in my relationship, whether it's my intuition or fear. Yeah, we got that one too. I think we're pretty much done. Hi, guys. Hi, Candace. You're welcome. I'm also hoping this will remind crossing fingers. Yes, it will. Please let us know what happened. The person that had the anxiety, if you did that, yeah, please let us know what your experience was. Someone's saying, can a past loved one play with electronics to get attention that they are there? Yes, absolutely. They can get butterflies to drop in front of you. They can get birds to appear. They can get electric lights to flicker on and off. You know, I don't know if any of you have ever heard of channeling Eric. I once had Eric come into our condo, and my wife was asking to talk to him. And when she said, if this is really Eric, could the lights flash on and off? And the whole lights in the building went on and off in that moment. So yeah, they can certainly interact with electronic energy if they've got enough awareness to do that, if they understand that, because they have to have enough awareness to do that. But they'll always be able to, if they come close to you, you can always feel them, because when they come close to you, you might find yourself remembering things and seeing them in your mind's eye, wishing they were here again. And you're looking sentimentally over those memories, and they're beautiful, wonderful. But those, when you get caught up in the memory of them, you miss the energy of their presence with you in this moment. So be mindful of that your loved ones will actually interact with your energy field too. So you feel, oh, they're with me right now. You can know this. Our one-on-one masterclass introduces you to mechanisms and techniques for learning how to connect to your guides and angels, for really learning that actual process. What do you need to get the body to do, what you need to get the mind to do, what you need your awareness to do in order to sense and feel the presence of your loved ones, your guides, your angels. It's a really simple thing once you understand it. Oh, you're very welcome. So glad it helped. Now I got time enough for 2 more questions, and then I'm going to call it a day. Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Oh, you're very welcome. Hi. In and out of body mostly every day. Sometimes I'm pulled out and have full memory of when I'm going. That's wonderful. Astral traveling, astral projection. We address that in our 103 masterclass on creation, astral projection, astral traveling, what you use them for. I'm really happy for you that you're able to move in and out of your body. It's a beautiful thing. It's a wonderful thing when you can deliberately do it. You know, a lot of yogis and mystics do that quite regularly. They've learned that whole process. And it can give you some advantages that you don't have with your body. You can move your awareness to different points of time and space. You can even move your awareness to different schools. Like, for example, Hermes Trismegistus has an etheric school on Saturn. You can actually go and move your awareness and learn from Hermes Trismegistus on that etheric school. There's different dimensions you can bring your awareness to, where you can connect to Jesus and Buddha, Lao Tzu, and many other ascended masters, archangels, even God. You can connect with God if you know how to astrally project. That's wonderful. Congratulations. Grounding is so important, folks. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I get ravens too. Yes, someone is coming. Yes. You got Archangel. Yeah. You got Archangel Michael is trying to talk to you. Natalie, yes. Somebody's saying, does my brother have a message for me? I'm hearing the song "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina." It just started rolling through my mind. Don't cry for me, Argentina. So whatever that means for you, that's his message to you. Don't cry for me, right? I can actually hear the words loud and clear. How does one heal oneself? Great question, and it's the last question I'll take today, because you need to understand that you are not your body, that you're not your thoughts, you're not your emotions. Those are simple keys to understand. And then once you learn how to operate the mind and operate the emotions, operate the body, you can then consider the process of healing, which we go into some detail in our masterclass series. Go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com. Sign up for the masterclass. It will be a life-changing event for you. You're going to experience levels of awareness. You'll understand modalities of healing. You'll understand how to change your life in very simple and easy ways. Remember, you did not come here to suffer. You came here to learn, to create. I'm so grateful for all of you for being present with us today, taking the time to be here. We're going to wish all of you a wonderful and a joyful day. Somebody's saying I received 2 confirmations from Master Saint Germain. That's wonderful. I'm glad you did. Again, there's so much more for all of you guys. Remember, we come live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday with a message, and then we do a Q&A afterwards. This Friday, we're doing predominantly Q&A. I'm not sure who's going to come through on Friday, but I want to thank all the beings that came through today, the grandmothers and the husbands and the brothers and the sisters that we're here today. Thank you guys for supporting this channel. Remember, you can support this channel through PayPal link on my Linktree bio, either below my videos or on my TikTok channel. It doesn't hurt you to give it a thumbs up, share this information out, share the videos, share the channel. Give the algorithm a way to take this information to more people. You know, if you could do that today, that would be really great. At least share this information with other people. Tell them where you heard it, where you got it. Give other people access to this information. This is a time of ascension, and a lot of people are misunderstanding. A lot of the emotions and stuff that are going on have nothing to do with who you are as a spiritual being, but they have a lot to do with what you are here to do as a creative intelligence. And again, thank you so much. Share, like, subscribe, follow. Do what you can to boost this information and put it in the hands of more people. I want to wish you all much love. Have yourselves a wonderful and a joyful day, and I will see you guys on Friday. Bye for now.